Yeah, okay, so this is pretty interesting, I think. All right. Not always, I'm going to say 50-50. Maybe even a little bit more. Not always do I even have to balance tires. Okay, a lot of times it's almost like the original balancing is like they've balanced the rim. They've balanced the rim and not the tire. A lot of times I mean, you know, it's like 50-50. I don't have to rebalance them. They're just spot on. Just line up the little red marky darky with the valve stem. You remember that, us going through that in that last video? And pop her on, pressure out, put her on, and check it, and spot on. All right. Happened that way with that. It happened that way with that. What was that tire that I just took off here? Kenda. That Kenda, that cheapy little Kenda. That little guy right there. See that little guy right there? Yep. No, this one right here. Excuse me. This one right here. That happened that way with that. And if you look at it, it wore nice. I mean, it really did nice and round. I never rebalanced it. I didn't have to, okay? But, all right, to get back to the story here. This was the weight, all right? I just took this off. And here's why. Look at this weight was right here on this tire. I'll put it back on here if I can just kind of like, just for a second, just to give you an idea of what was going on. Okay. So that was the original balance, sorry. But watch this. Watch this. I don't know if you can see that on here. You'll be able to see it here. That's with that weight on there, okay? That baby's going right to the bottom. Sink me, baby. Sink me right to the bottom, okay? So, obviously, that thing's way out there, all right? So now, I pull that weight off, all right? I pull that weight off, and now, let's see here. Now, if you look closely, I'll run that back around here again, like this. Now, it's kind of hard to see, maybe, with it hanging in the straps like this. It can be kind of hard to see. So if you just look, I just look at this edge right here and the tire, and you can a lot of times pick up movement. All right, we're gonna go like this right here, because I did get movement out of it before. All right, now watch this. It's hard to do this with a camera. It's really easy. You don't see all that movement if like right now. See, watch it. Watch it. Look at it. See it moving? You got to watch this edge, not the movement of the tire swinging back and forth. But just watch this edge along here. Watch. Let me show you again. Let me back this up. See if I can stop this thing from rocking. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. All right, now I'm going to just let go of this thing and watch this edge right along here. Okay, watch. Right, the creep. See here. That's not so bad. It's not real bad. We'll do another check. You check them in a different degrees. Like right now, I'm 90 degrees to the right on that valve stem, and you just kind of check them, see if you get it to creep. If you don't get her to creep, let's run her closer to the bottom. So she's 180 from the top. See what happens there. Okay, run her, what would 180 and 90 be? Do something. Let's see, 180 and 20 would take us to 2. And 90, so it should be like 270 degrees. Sounds like the firing position for a Harley Davidson piston. That's what makes them go potato, potato, potato. They're a 45-degree motor, and they got a knife and fork rod arrangement. It's like the one rod is these two, and the other rod goes in between them, and then they're on a single pin on the crankshaft, and they don't fire in phase. They fire out of phase. And I don't know the exact degrees and stuff, but whatever. But it's that odd firing order and odd degree that makes it go potato, 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 potato. I love that. Potato, 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 potato. You guys probably knew all about that, but I'm not telling you anything new. But it's still pretty fascinating in my book. No, it looks like we got it, guys. I'm thinking that's good right there. If it is out of balance, it's not by much. At least not statically. Look at. She just sits there, just pretty as a picture. Nothing's rubbing, right? Nothing's rubbing anywhere, anything like that. And I think we're in business. I think we're in business, guys. I think I'll try this just like it is. No weights. No weights. How cool is that? Strange. Oh, wait a minute. There's a creep. There goes a creep. All right, where's that at? All right, that's with the valve stem. See it creeping? Can you see it creeping? That's creeping right at the very top. All right, so we put the valve stem. Stick that valve stem right at like what is that? 15 degrees. All right, and let go of it there. See what happens. Creeping. Yep, she's creeping. Look at here. She's creeping. Is it creeping? Creep. It's a creep. She's going towards the top. So, okay, so I'm gonna maybe suggest. Okay, so you notice now where the valve stem's at? Can you see that in this video? Look I'm gonna start that valve stem down here at about, okay, steady this thing a little bit, make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. And I've done this enough, it's like I could do it in my sleep, but we're trying to make this as easy. Okay, see where the valve stem is now? And see where this line is right now? Now watch this. Watch it creep. Watch it creep. Don't nobody move, nobody die. Give it a second. This is just a sign of just a very little. It needs very little weight to correct it. See, it's creeping. Can you see it creeping? Look at it creeping. It's creeping. Creeping. Watch. I hold this thing as still as I can. It's just ever so slightly. This is kind of tedious work, but you want to get it right. The closer that you get, the smoother ride you get. All right? You see it creeping? It's slowly making its way to the top. Believe it or not, it is. It's still creeping. Can you see how far she's come already? Is this the dullest? It's the dullest video I've ever posted on YouTube. I know you'd rather be shucking corn, right? But look how far that valve stem is, man. Little bit by little bit. See it creeping? It's still creeping. Ever so slightly. It is still creeping. All right, so what that's telling me is, look at here. Look what's right at the very bottom of this thing. You see this? This is where that original weight, the original weight was right there. See that? All right. So I'm thinking like, oh, getting there. She's still moving. It is still moving. It's right at the very bottom. So I'm thinking like putting a small one. What is this? See if this thing's got a stamp in the side of it. That other little one had 20. That other one, little one that I did the front, we used on the front. It had 20 stamped in it, like for 20 pounds. 20 pounds. Remember I said that in it. This one has no stamp in it, but I'm thinking this is probably about the same amount of weight, like a sinker with a, like a fishing sinker with a strap on it. Okay, saddle. So hold on. See. You remember a minute ago where that valve stem was at? It's still creeping. It's still working its way up there. Oh, now it's really moving. Look at this. All right. I'm going to take this. I think after it gets done creeping, so I know that valve stem is headed for the top. Isn't that odd? Huh. You'd think that valve stem would add flavor. Okay. It is still creeping. Look at it. Look where it's at now. Look where that valve stem is at now. See, it just takes time. I don't know how many minutes you guys can time it on here to see. This is time consuming. Probably in a bike shop, they spin balance. It takes about 2.5 seconds, and it's done, and it's perfect, you know. But this is, I like doing it the backyard way. I like knowing how to do this stuff because you never know when this is going to happen. Get on the side of the road somewhere and have to do this right here that I'm doing. I've done this right here, this very thing because I use straps. I use those straps to hold my, where is it?